Hey guys, this is Rose Ramandi from Perfected by Blood Ministries. You know, yesterday was Valentine's and it was my birthday, so I spent the day receiving the love of Jesus. And I wanted to share with you like how important it is that you actually receive. That's so important. We need to receive the love. And for my personal walk with Jesus, like I go to the room and I spend time and I stay there and I focus and I founded my own way of, tapping into that power and into that love. So I go there and I sit until I am touched by the love of Jesus. And that's why, because love is just so powerful. It's something that, like when the moment you experience it, you feel like melted, you start getting soft and you feel like healed and delivered. You feel like satisfied. You feel you are like, you have no other reasons but love. It feels like you give up everything that you're holding on to. The moment you receive love, it's when you start living in the fulfilled life. It satisfies you. It gives you that purpose that you have been looking for. It removes all the excuses and reasonings of why this shouldn't happen or why this should happen, but it gives no reason just to love and receive love. It's where that you really start feeling healed and you let go of what you think and you let go of all your worries and pain because that's where you rise up. That's your true identity. And it's interesting because last night when I was the whole night I was dreaming, and I had this dream, and when I woke up in the morning, I was receiving, like it was pouring out on me about what is really love. and so this was a dream. So in my dream, I had come back to a small town, and I realized that there is this guy in this small town that everyone know that he is so in love with someone else, and every person in this city knew, and the fame of his love had gone to other cities, and everyone knew that he's in love and there's someone, and everybody else was so envy of this person, but no one knew who was this person. And when I got there, I was like, he came to me, and now I heard all about how he in love he is, that and all the stuff that he had done for this person. And I'm thinking, oh my goodness, who is this person? And I wanted to meet this person, but no one really knew it. And this love was so precious to this guy that he wasn't like it was so valuable that it felt for him that he's not really sharing anything, but everyone knew he's in love. So I ended up he ended up coming to me and talking to me, and all of a sudden I slowly remembered that I know this guy. And I remember that a few years ago that I had passed through the same town, and I kind of knew this guy, and he and I had the history together, and but I couldn't understand, and he wouldn't tell me anything. And I said, you know what, can you, I know something happened when I was here 5 years ago, and do you remember any anything, can you give me something that I can remember? And he said, do you remember that conference, that end of the conference, I was talking about something? And I was like, yeah, I don't remember much, and he's like, yeah, you have the CDs basically. And I said, well, I'm sorry, I move a lot, so I got rid of a lot of stuff and I don't remember. So I didn't really remember who this guy was. So eventually he said, he invited me to his home. So I went to his home, and I started feeling so comfortable in his presence. I felt there's this comfort, there's this satisfying presence there. It's something, I was like, I wanted to pause the moment and just be with this guy. And I was like, oh my goodness, what's going on here? There's something so genuine and so loving and so tender about that presence that I'm experiencing. So I was talking, and he wouldn't just give me the information about the history that we had together, and he felt like he wanted me to find out for myself. He wanted me to search and look, and he felt like he doesn't want to force me to anything, and he just wanted me to find it out for myself and know that I am the one that he was in love with and the whole town knew, but I didn't know at the time, right? So in every little conversation that I had, more memories were coming back to me. And as we were talking, he wanted to get up, and all of a sudden his shirt went a little back, and I could see a part of his back. And what I saw scars, like huge, deep scars in his back. And what I did, I was like, wait a minute. And I took his shirt off, and I looked at his back, and his back was filled with the scars. I mean, there was no place in his back that was soft or didn't have the scar. It was filled with the scars, and like deep scars. And all of a sudden the scene got changed, and I could see those scars are actually the lashes of a torture. And all of a sudden it turned to be something very fresh scars, and fresh scars that had just been healed. And I was like, and I'm looking at those scars, and all of a sudden all the memories came back, and I remembered that who I was. I remembered that 5 years ago that I came, that he was in love with me, and we were in love together, and somehow I went to another city and I forgot all about it. And now looking back all those scars, because he was they caught him, and he basically gave himself, and he said, if you let her go, then I'm gonna give myself to you. And he did that for me, so I can go to another city and I can be free. So now when I woke up, so I was still feeling that presence of this person, and all of a sudden I just remembered that moment that when they came to get Jesus, and Jesus said, you have come for me, and let these people go. So it's like that romance, that love story that, the guy, or they're so in love that he doesn't want anything to happen to her, so he gives himself so that she can flee. And because he knows that he will find him, because her life is more important than anything else. And that's why Jesus said, I'm going away for a short time, but I will see you again, and you see me again. And the moment you see the scars on my back, you remember who you are, and you remember how much I was in love with you, and you find your identity, and you know that, you are my lover. You are the one who the whole earth know how crazy I'm in love with you. And that's when that he wants you to find out. And when you come back and you start finding out who you really are, you realize that how precious you are, and you are the one that he went through all those stuff for, so you can be free. And now he's finding you, to revealing to you who you really are. It's been a crazy morning for me. I woke up and I'm still feeling that presence, that love that I was feeling in my dream. And I want to encourage you guys. I want to say, you know what? Sometimes we are so legalistic, and we want to know all the truth and all this stuff, and we forget that what matters is love. And I want to encourage you today to take a moment to sit down and sit and think about what he has done and who he is, and think about it, pray about it, and sit until his love touches you. And that's when you get up changed and transformed. Okay, well, guys, bless you. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. And as I share with you my journey of walking with Jesus, and I believe that you will see him, and he's coming in your life and revealing to you, and you will find him in a greater measure of love and knowing who he really is. Bless you guys, and I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you so much for listening to this episode of my podcast. To stay connected with me, join our mailing list at perfectedbyblood.com/sign up. By doing so, you'll not only receive immediate updates from me, but also grab a copy of the ebook called Unveiled Word, a simple guide to understand the Bible.